Hello?
What's up, girl? What happened after Tony dumped you?
Girl, I'm over it. I went from heartbreak to hate.
Oi, Joy.
Hey, Bob.
How's life in general?
Interesting. You know, my phone died over the weekend.
I know. You learned a really valuable lesson about technology, didn't you?
Did.
What is that lesson?
You cannot go 3 whole years with a phone. That's not what the gods want for you.
Oh, I thought the lesson was you cannot live without technology
Oh,
for
that
4
too.
whole days.
That's also true. My original plan was to wait until payday. And then I was like, surely I know somebody that would loan me money, and that was a much better life plan.
Yeah. You're like, please. And then I completely, apparently, ignored your pleas from help in email form.
Well, and I kind of knew it was a long shot. I was like, I don't think he really checks email.
But that's the thing is I do check my email because I can't stand looking at unchecked messages on my phone.
Oh, I figured you had like mine. It doesn't tell me when I have new ones. I've turned that off. I don't like it.
No, I always have a hope that it's going to be some kind of thing where actually someone died that I didn't know about in my family
And leave you money.
and leave me money.
Right.
I have to keep those lines of communication open because that's my lifelong dream is to become rich because of somebody I didn't even care about giving me money and then living the rest of my good life in some mansion that they had somewhere that I didn't even know about.
Okay. Well, you keep that dream alive.
I will.
And yeah, I think what I've learned is this. I got a little temporary phone
Right.
because I'm really playing the long game, which is called Thanksgiving sales.
Thanksgiving sales. Even after Christmas sales, the phones are going sale
Yeah,
after Christmas. That's what I got
true.
mine last year. It was like $400 cheaper.
See, and that's the thing. So, got a temp phone, so I will have a phone. Because you know what I mean? Like, I'll just keep this as a backup once I get the new one.
But I mean, you have really hospiced that phone.
I pushed it to the limits and beyond.
I mean, it's been an at-home care for a while now. It's just trying to. It's been sitting. It's just trying to make itself comfortable. Was all you really need to do with that phone for probably a good year. It's been about a year.
It's been about a year now. It's true.
Technology. See, that's my problem is I can't not have new phones. So once my contract's paid up, or that you're supposed to wait 2 years, but that 1 year and a half, they give you that. Hey, if in case you're wondering.
But I went into the contractless life, which is
Right.
what makes it so hard, because then you're looking at the whole fee up front.
Right.
And I don't have those kind of dollars going on, so.
Right. Contracts.
Yeah.
You'll never get away from a full contract.
That's true, but I mean, it was
You're
a journey.
working.
There's a reason I am where I am. That's all I'm going to say.
Let's just think people and past experiences that you can use as proof of who you are.
It was amazing.
That you had to prove who you are by years of friendship. They wouldn't even accept your middle names
That
as
wasn't
it being
enough.
you. Your Facebook page was fake to them. I'm glad that worked out. That got sussed out, I guess.
It gave me a good laugh, that's for sure. So.
And the weather is your weather.
Yes.
It's
As
your
I
time
told
of
you,
year.
it's
You're
my
like
time of
3
year.
you're 3 weeks out of the year that you can exist for free.
Or I can breathe.
Feel
it's
your
not
life.
so suffocatingly hot. I don't have to hide from the sun.
It's not
Because it's
freezing
still
cold.
chilly. It's not freezing yet. It's
It
like
did
the sweet
snow.
spot.
It did snow.
I missed that.
It snowed really quick on what day? Friday or something like that when it was raining or whatever.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
I was probably indoors, not paying attention.
most likely.
But I was enjoying October.
October.
We love October.
We do.
It truly is like my favorite month. It's not even my birth month, but it's my favorite.
It's not even your it's like it's not even your half month. No, your birth month. You don't even got you got 2 months and a week until your birthday.
So it's like in weeks. It's
2
a lot
months
of weeks.
and 6
It's like
days.
10 weeks.
2 months and 6 days.
Yeah. Yeah, look at you.
I can do math.
Uh-oh, watch out now.
Even non-math math. So
So the birthday's far away, but we're in October.
yeah.
October's the best.
I mean, it's almost been a year since we got that. You got the text message tirade that we did on the air.
That's right.
Oh my god, I can't believe it's almost been a year.
Anal fucking threat.
Anal fucking threat.
It's
If that's not a band name already, I'm changing my band's name to Anal Fucking Threat. Which might.
Every once in a while, I'll be scrolling through old pictures,
Mm-hmm.
and a friend of mine sent me a meme, and they had written "anal fucking threat." And this guy just holding anal beads. He's like smiling about it, and I'll go past that every time, and I'll be like, "Oh." So, but tell the people what we're talking about today.
We are talking about anal fucking threats. In another way, we decided to class it up
Oh yeah.
and just give the people what they want. They wanted a little more class. They wanted more put together show. So what we're doing is talking about fucking monsters. Classy.
Yeah.
In a theoretical way, as most of these are fictional characters.
Right. But we're not just talking about fucking monsters.
No.
We're going to also talk about being monsters, right?
Sure, being monsters.
Like, sure.
I mean,
That's not classy enough.
I didn't respond to that message when you said that. So, do you want to talk about being a monster first and get that out of the way? Get the nice stuff out of the way? Let's do it.
No.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
out of every mythical creature
Oh.
in mythics and books, literature, religion,
Uh-huh.
what creature would you like to fuck the most?
I really didn't. I know you toyed with this topic, but I'm going to tell you that I didn't really put any thought in. I figured it'd be better.
It's better just to think about it on the fly.
On the fly.
Absolutely.
Well, now you're throwing me because you're saying through all time. Now, I was going to go with more like that traditional Halloween.
Okay, let's narrow it
characters.
down. Yeah. So, Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein,
Right.
the creature from the Black Lagoon, those types of creatures, pros and cons, dick size, sexual preferences.
I was going to say Dracula, but I feel at the same time that Dracula, for some reason, he feels bi to me.
Oh, he's bi. But you can have sex with him still.
I didn't say I couldn't. I'm just saying, like, it's not like you could tell yourself it's a monogamous thing by any mean. Like, oh, I could replenish enough blood and it'll just be enough. It'll be me and him. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
You see what-
I see what you're saying. So
Like,
who's
he needs the full bevy.
Well, I think he has to have like a harem of women, right? Or men.
Yeah, I think he's got both. He's got just a harem period.
So there's no commitment, is what you're saying from Dracula.
Yeah.
Because any single person on Earth could possibly be a victim.
Exactly.
You're in competition with every single person
Yeah.
who has blood, which is everybody.
Exactly. So it's like you have to wait your turn for him to come back around again. Like I used to be fascinated with this old movie that was about concubines in the early 80s. Yeah. And it was like all the different
Supergirl?
No, Raise the Red Lantern.
Okay.
And
Trying to get you to say it.
Each of the concubines had to wait to be picked. Like a lantern would be put out if you were chosen for the guy to spend the night with you.
I need a lantern system.
You do need a lantern system. And so I feel like that's what it'd be like. I feel like Dracula, like you just be waiting for his version of a lantern.
You're
It could be...
You're going to drive by and be like,
It'd be like
my
weeks.
lantern's maroon. This one's pink. Oh, wait. Is it maroon, though? Wait, it looks a little more purple than normal. Pink. Maybe it's maroon? No.
Yeah.
That would suck.
That would suck, right?
Literally.
But, yeah, so I guess while I'm having second thoughts, what's your first thought about who you would choose?
Well, I like a tall person.
Right.
So I feel that my first thought would be like Frankenstein's monster.
Okay.
Just if you go based on
Right.
like how he's depicted in movies and stuff. Very tall, stupid. I mean, I like intellectual conversations, but I typically like to be the smartest person in them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I like to talk about me a lot. And I feel that he would let me do that because he's got nothing else to say. He just grunts and makes noises.
Right.
Plus, I mean, you could always change the penis out because he's made up of multiple parts. But then, does that even work now? Now I'm wondering if he even has a penis.
Right. If he's just built like a Ken doll.
Yeah. I mean, if you were just making a science experiment and all you want to do is reanimate the dead, you really wouldn't care to put effort in. Especially if you're a straight guy, you're like, dick, who cares?
Right. That is a
But if he has the full lower torso of one human being, then I don't know. Backups, Wolfman.
Backups Wolfman. I like that. I was kind of thinking something along because I start to think in the realm of movies, right?
Right.
And so I like something that's more wolf-like, you know?
Yeah, you like doggy style.
You know I do. I've never denied it.
Never denied it.
Not ashamed of it.
Not ashamed of it.
But if I could just switch, for some reason it won't leave my mind.
Uh-huh.
I have a new obsession.
Okay.
You know how I feel about the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Yeah.
If we're going to go movie characters,
Ooh.
I'm going to say it. Freddy Krueger.
Oh, so you're just jumping from classic horror movies
Yep.
directly straight into...
I don't want to wait any longer, so I just want to declare it right now.
I mean, if you're going there, it's Michael Myers for me.
Okay. I'm kind of not surprised by that.
Yeah, I like a little choking. He likes to choke people. He's
Right.
tall.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
tall. Quiet.
Definitely quiet.
Only wants to kill his family members, and I'm not standing in the way. I'll let him murder whoever he wants to murder.
Okay.
I'm here for him.
Aren't you?
He's my man, and I will do whatever my man wants.
You're a giver. I like that.
So Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
Let me. Other than the fact that he could morph into whatever Freddy Krueger wants to be, because it's a dream,
Right.
and he's easy to get away from because all you have to do is wake up.
Yeah.
'Cause you're
Yeah,
like, you're
like-
tired of him.
I've had enough.
I've had enough. It's time to wake up. Set an alarm clock. I can only do 40 minutes tonight with Freddy. Only get 40 minutes.
That's all I've got. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, he's got a lot of personality.
Personality.
I'm going to give him that.
Yeah.
You know? You know how I feel about sleep just in general.
Right.
I feel like sleep is delicious.
So you could.
And I love the dream aspect. Oh.
You could
Ooh.
merge two of your favorite things, sleeping and sex,
Yeah.
and not really have to do the hard work.
This is what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
It's kind of
Like,
a really...
put yourself in a coma.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just thinking of because, I love some Freddy Krueger movies too. So, like, I'm just thinking of all the scenarios. Like, there's beach scenes with Freddy Krueger. There's, different houses.
Always
Just
changing it up.
Changing it up.
Always
so you're
keeping
not,
it new.
keeping it fresh.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fresh fuck is what he is.
But hey,
He can be a gigantic worm. I don't know if you're into that.
not necessarily.
Where he
but,
literally eats people. I mean, yeah. Freddy Krueger, he's got a lot more range than Michael Myers, but I need stability.
I hear you. I listen. The good thing is we're never going to fight over the same man.
Truth. So this is a hard question.
Okay.
Because you already threw personality out there, so I know that you're not into it for the looks.
Okay.
But Freddy Krueger is hard to look at.
That's true.
But not because he's burn victim, because he's like prosthetic makeup burn victim, like to the
Yeah.
extreme
Yeah.
of what someone who has burns looks like.
Like
Yeah.
80s creation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on top. Yeah, it's like scars on top of burns on top of So your past, you don't. That's not even a problem for you.
No, because I feel like, at this point, I've seen him enough that
You're familiar with him.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, and you're speaking specifically about the Robert Englund Freddy Krueger, right? Not the remake Freddy Krueger with the weird no nose having thing.
No, none of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Robert Englund's a fairly good-looking guy. He has a nice English structure to his face.
Yeah, that's the thing. He is in real life. It's just the 80s.
And he's really nice. He's a nice guy. He has good personality. I met him like 13 years ago. He was really nice.
But I imagine if you are like one of those actors who did play like an iconic character and that's like so horrible, like you kind of have to be nice in real life, don't you? You know what I mean? To kind of offset.
Well, yeah, that's the juxtaposition.
Yeah, you get to use
ding, 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 ding words. Everyone likes to say the reason I say juxtaposition so much for the kids listening at home is that it drives me crazy when people say juxtaposition. Like, I don't know if you knew this about me.
I did not know this.
Like, it's an overused word. I learned it years and years ago in like an art class. It's like just describing how art is in juxtaposition, blah, 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 blah. But like people in like the past 10 years, I don't know if that word just got released on the streets. But people
was a revival.
Yeah, like people started using it a lot more. And I was just like, every time someone would be like, oh, like the juxtaposition of her highlights. I'm like, no. Context.
Right.
But anyway, that's why I like to say it, because it's fun for me to reclaim this word. Anyway.
I hear you.
I have one hard question for you.
Hit me.
Are you going to let him finger you?
Oh, well, that's a no. Listen, we gotta keep it all intact over here. You can't do all the same things with every single partner. This is what I need you to understand.
Right. Different sex, different people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's why you have multiple partners who do different things for you.
That's your system.
That's my lantern system. You're taking care of me tonight. This is the person I'll respond to.
Yes.
Get it quick and done with. This is the person I'll respond to. Okay, lantern system.
It's good. It's good, right?
So,
yeah, I mean, I just, that's where I draw the line. So I don't even trust that he would take off the glove, right? So.
No, but he has such command of that instrument that he can grab people without cutting them. I've seen it multiple times in movies.
Yeah, I hear you.
And
I think I would be too nervous.
So what? See,
I feel that you're unhappy with my answer.
No, I'm not unhappy with your answer. It reminds me of 1988. I'm at a haunted house with my cousins and my aunt. We're going through this haunted house. Freddy Krueger's really hot then. 2 movies in, 3 movies in, almost probably 4 movies in at that point. There's a guy on stilts dressed as Freddy Krueger. It's the end of the haunted house. He's clawing at the walls, going through it. And my cousin, Natasha, hey, Natasha, she says, just don't finger me. Like really loud. And that's every time I see Freddy Krueger, that thought.
It comes right back.
Every time.
I hear
I'm
you.
like, yeah. And then she almost got, then a guy with a chainsaw without the chain on it touched her arm with the chainsaw. And even though there was no chain on it, it still kind of like burned a little bit because he had been using the chainsaw all night. Anyway.
It's not the safest.
No, 31 years ago. Anyway, that's why I always think of Freddy Krueger and fingering.
I get you. Now I understand.
Who
knows? We'll see how the relationship goes.
Yeah, I mean, you let me know.
You
bring him back. Let's see what it's like. And
never say never. Just say no, thank you for now.
That's a nice motto,
isn't it?
Did you read that on a sampler somewhere?
I just came up with that.
Ooh, you guys can quote her now. Joy's wisdoms.
That's right.
So, you have Freddy Krueger.
Mm-hmm.
I feel Michael Myers is a little more straightforward of a discussion.
Yeah.
He's human.
Right.
He has, psychopathic urges.
Yeah. He's very driven, singular focus. What do you do when you just can't get him to put his work down?
Ooh. I don't know. That's when I guess I go to work.
Yeah. That is a good answer.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like he could be a cold. He could be distant.
Mm-hmm.
All these things have been said about me in the past. I feel like we might have a little more in common than we should have in a relationship.
Right.
Psychopathic tendencies towards our sisters. Hey Kim. I don't know. I've always thought Michael Myers is hot behind that mask.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's not. I mean, in the Rob Zombie movies, definitely Tyler Mane's a really good-looking guy, but like, and super tall. Like, if we're talking Rob Zombie movies, that dude is like tall. Not even just like sort of tall. He's like, I've seen him in person. That dude is like
Tall.
I say he's tall. As a more taller than average human being myself. But yeah, I like it. Like, it's, maybe only comes around once a year, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, no, maybe that's it. He only works one night a year, Joy.
Okay.
Or the week leading up to the night.
Okay.
We'll say that in every movie, it's been like a few days before.
Okay. Right.
Leading up to the night and culminating in
Mm-hmm.
what happens. So
All right.
I only got to deal with that. And then it's Halloween, so I want to party with other people.
I get you.
I want to listen to the DJs. I want to chill out.
But I almost feel like the rest of the time, now you got to come up with excuses of things you got to do because there's too much time. So
There's
now
too much
the
time.
opposite problem the rest of the year.
I don't know. I don't know what Michael Myers would enjoy watching or doing. I mean, he is an artist in the Rob Zombie movies. He like makes masks and stuff like that, so he keeps quiet. He doesn't talk. I enjoy that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Just sit there in a corner and listen to me. That's what you could do, Michael.
That's all I need. Just let me talk about me, Michael. But we've already discussed that there would be no more Michaels in my life.
For sure.
So, okay.
You could do it.
So, all the modern horror movies aside,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what horror creature would you fuck? You don't have to have a relationship with them. Any other ones? Pinhead?
I was like, I'm drawing a blank on other horror creatures.
Or the Wolfman? Any of that stuff?
Oh, the Wolfman for sure.
Well, the best part about the Wolfman is
What is that?
you get two guys in one.
Hey.
And if you don't really like rough sex, which I do, I'm just joking. I'm very mild. You only got to deal with it whenever there's full moon.
True. So
it's 13 times a year?
I feel like you've thought this out.
I don't think it out, Joy. I'm just a fast thinker. We should know you. Everybody knows this about me. Yeah, Wolfman. So
we'll take turns with him.
what kind of creature do you want to be?
What kind of creature do I want to be?
Isn't that which monster you wanted to be?
Well, yeah, I thought that was one of the questions and then you said I didn't respond to that.
No, but I mean, that's what you want to talk about, and I'm here to please you.
Uh-huh. I love it when you lie to me. Do I? No, I don't at this point.
Since there's a lull in the conversation, do you want to talk about the new word I invented today?
I didn't know if you wanted to work that in or if you thought it was going to be too outside of this conversation.
I don't think it's outside of the conversation. So
it's the more you know moment, kids.
The more you know.
Pay attention.
So we all have constant problems where people don't read the previous emails before they respond back and ask a question that's already been answered in the email.
Yes.
We've talked about this before on the show. So I invented the word scrollage. It's the knowledge you gain by scrolling to the bottom of the email.
Just please, if everybody could get some scrollage and read the whole thing. It doesn't even take that long.
No, but we've talked about my problem before. I read things from the bottom up. in an email.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I miss things because I like jump to conclusions and I have that irrational anger. And if something angers me,
Yeah.
then I don't even get to read the whole thing. It's hysterical blindness is what it is at that point.
It's the same thing that causes people to respond to an email, three emails ago,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Oh, blah 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 blah," and you're like, "We've moved on from that."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
read all the emails.
I
then
now
send
have the
your
solution to the
response.
problem that you've already solved and moved on.
Just
Look at me. Now I'll go back away and never have a solution again for another year because I've been put in my place.
scrollage. But
Scrollage.
anyways, back to being monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Or maybe like a movie horror villain. Like what kind of villain would you be?
well, so I was thinking about it because I was kind of thinking about the vampires, but I was feeling conflicted. I was having an internal fight with myself, and I guess I wasn't using my words aloud.
Right.
Because I love the traditional idea of vampires and taking somebody's blood, and there's a lot to love. Where I get into my internal conflict
Okay.
is what has happened in the last 20-some years with the twilights of it all and the glittery vampires.
And see, I'm doing that Vampire of a Day thing on my art
Right.
page.
Right.
And somehow I've accidentally left out any Twilight vampires.
So accidental.
So accidental. Don't know how.
But you understand my problem is that a lot of people, if they hear that word,
It's
they
romanticized.
Exactly.
It's different.
They assume you're talking about the glittery vampires.
Right. Because
So-
we got away from like the Count Draculas of the world. We got into like lots of vampire stories where it's sad. It's not like a great life to have living forever. Like there's definite aspects to what happens when you live forever and the loneliness that could be. But now and then people think they're shiny, happy vampires that are all
Yes.
20-something playing high school age people,
Yes.
pale.
They're going to high school and shit, and they've got these freaking love triangles, and I just can't. So there was my conflict, because I still go with the vampire. There is some sadness in living forever, but also think of all the shit you could acquire, like all the knowledge. You know what I mean? The wealth.
Oh,
all
yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, that's that
I'm
movie,
into
The
that.
Only Lovers Left in the World. You should watch that.
Oh, okay.
It's a movie that has Tilda Swinton.
Oh,
I
okay.
do love some Tilda Swinton, but that's essentially like the thought behind it. And their names are Adam and Eve, so I don't know if they're actually Adam and Eve. It doesn't ever go into that, but
Okay.
it's just like what you do with your life once you live forever and you just have all this knowledge and
Yeah.
urges to like just kill people are kind of gone. And would you keep people alive or turn them into vampires? Because then you have like a person, like you were saying, like your concubines of people that you could just drink their blood and then they're still human.
Right.
And then when you're done with them, they just die.
I would mix and match.
Oh.
Because change it up, keep it fresh.
Keep it fresh. Would you have like one of those familiars, those day slaves that live in the house to do things for you?
Well, I feel conflicted anytime we get into the word slave.
I know, but that's what they are.
I mean, it's true.
They're literally house slaves that are awake when they're asleep.
But I mean, I guess on the one hand, you kind of need one or two of those running around.
And remember that to be beautiful and natural is the birthright of every woman. And I wish you all loads and loads of loveliness and good luck.